dolls, it's Emelyne. So I'm really excited for today's video. We are throwing it back to baking. I've been getting a lot of requests to do some baking videos, but today's video is going to be extra fun because it's not only baking, but it's also vintage. So you guys really liked when I went to the antique store and tried on vintage wedding dresses. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll put it up in the cards and I'll also put it in the description box down below. But you guys really seem to enjoy that, so I thought it would be fun to try to make a vintage wedding cake. In one of my old recipe books, I found a recipe and basically a whole guide of how to make a vintage wedding cake. So we are going to try to tackle this today. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I'm hoping for the best. I haven't done baking in quite a while, especially like decorative work, so this is gonna be really interesting. So this morning I went to an antique shop and I basically just showed you guys everything that you need for it. So we are going to go cut to that footage right now. Dun da da da! Okay, you guys, look how cute this recipe book is. I am so excited. Like, this is actually making me really excited to bake right now. But I mean, look at the pictures inside. They are so stinking cute. How adorable. And then this one is very extra and it's huge. I don't know how big mine's gonna be because the only cake pan I have is this one. So I figured, I'm trying to like figure out how to make this. So you need about 4 of the same size. So I think I'm gonna use this. This is the Wilton 6-inch pan. I think it's like 6 by 2. So I'm gonna do that for these, but I'm gonna go to Michael's and buy another one of them. So this will be like the 4 bases. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and then that's the 4th one. And then for the top, I might just use this and then just like cut out a smaller piece. That way I don't have to buy a second cake pan because I'm really not baking that much, so I don't wanna have to buy some extra stuff. Holy cow, you guys, this needs 7 packages of white cake mix, 6 packages of fluffy white frosting mix, 4 pounds of confectioner's sugar. That is a lot. But what I'm most excited about is this. So when the antique store that I always go to, they always have adorable wedding cake toppers. So I'm gonna go take you guys along right now and we're gonna go pick out a wedding cake topper for this cake, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to make this. I hope it comes out okay, and hopefully this is not a fail video. Okay, you guys, we have made it to the High Park Antique Center, so let's go inside and see what we can find. See this one, which is super cute. It's a little big, but it could definitely work. Also found this one, which is like, it's probably bigger than the other one, but it's so cute because this little thing like moves on it and I feel like it's so adorable. Okay, there's also this little one. Look how cute this is. This is like a pink little case and everything in it is so cute. Has a little bride and groom. Oh my gosh. And there's also this cake topper. This one is so cute. I can't decide now which one to use. Alright, so I decided I'm gonna put this one back. I really like it, but I think that it's kind of like hard to see from this angle you can see it well, but I think if it's on the cake it might be kind of hard to see because it has like so much going on. So we're gonna go with the other one. Alright, I totally forgot to bring my vlog camera into Michael's, but like I said, I had to get another one of these cake pans, so I got the cake pan, I got disposable decorating bags because I got the 104 tip, I got the number 10 tip, which is just a round one, and then I got a coupler. This is so weird because I feel like I haven't done this in so long, so I'm kind of scared, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I just got home. I feel like it looks like it's like a Betty Crocker sponsored video, but I just got everything that it said to get, but I got less amounts of it because it said to get 7 boxes of cake mix and 6 packages of frosting, but because my cake is going to be a lot smaller than this one also you guys can see, they did like 3 layers, so I'm not gonna layer mine, so it's just gonna be like a smaller cake because realistically, like, why do I need to make a huge wedding cake? I just don't want to waste food. So this is the amount of everything I got. So I'm just gonna get started on baking all this. I also wanted to mention every single time I use Pyrex, I always get these Pyrex police coming after me saying not to use my vintage bowls because this scrapes it, but I don't like push this down. I don't let it touch the bowl, and my bowls have no damage to them. I'm one of those people that, like, if I have something that's old and vintage, I like to use it and appreciate it rather than having it sit on a shelf and just going to waste. All right, the cake batter is all done. Oh my gosh, you guys, this smells so good. I feel like I've not baked a cake in so long. It's gonna be a little bit of a process baking since I do only have 2 of these, so I'm gonna have to, like, you know, keep going in and out of the oven with these, but we shall see, and I'll update you guys. Alright, so I was just having a dance party with Wilbur, but the oven is now beeping, so it is time to take these cakes out, and then we gotta put the second ones in. So let's see if these are done. Wow, they got so tall. Alright, I just took these 2 cakes out, so I'm gonna let them cool for a second, then I'm gonna put them on a cooling rack and then put the next 2 loads of batter in and then bake those. All right, round 2 of cakes are going in. So I have the cakes, and I basically just put it on a sheet of this paper because I don't have any sort of like pan or plate that's gonna be able to be big enough to hold all this, so I'm just putting it down on this. So basically what you do is, well, what the book says to do is put each piece of cake, so it's like 3 like this, and then this piece goes on top, and this is clearly like a very flat cake. It's not super tall. In the book, what they did was they did like 3 layers, so like this one would probably be up to here. So the cake realistically should probably be this tall, but like I said, I just don't want to be super wasteful with all of this, so I'm just making a mini version of it. So next, what we have to do is put the next layer on here, which I'm gonna have to cut out. So basically I have this. I'm just gonna probably cut it out with like a cookie cutter or something like that, and then place that on top. Normally when I would make cakes like for actual people, I would layer level these so that they're not like kind of rounded at top, and that way each of them is even. But because this is just a you know, whatever little cake, I'm not gonna do that, especially because they are already like so small. And what it says for the frosting is, it says in the mixer prepare 1 package of frosting, and it says to add half a teaspoon of almond extract if desired, and it says to transfer into a large bowl and blend 2 cups of sifted confectioner's sugar. And I'm assuming that the confectioner's sugar should hopefully make the frosting thicker, because every single time I've ever tried to use one of these types of frostings to frost a cake, it turns out horrible, especially because these are super runny, so when you try to pipe with them, it's such a mess. So I'm really not excited for this, but hopefully the confectioner's sugar will make it thicker. I guess we'll see what happens. So here is the frosting. I added in the confectioner's sugar, and it definitely made it thicker. But now I guess it's time to frost this. I am so scared. I feel like the cake is going to crumble, because that's usually what happens when you use box cakes, but we're gonna see. I think that I'm gonna go against the directions and actually just use one of these cans first, because I feel like because this is so thick, I feel like it's gonna like pull at the cake too much. So I think I'm gonna go with this for the first layer. what I'm gonna try to do right now is I'm going to attempt to just kind of outline the tops of the cakes. If you guys can see, there's like little designs on them. I feel like I should have gotten a shell tip for that, but I just didn't. I don't know, I wasn't thinking. So we're just gonna use this tip, which is the number 10 tip, to make like little marks on the outside. This is what the cake looks like frosted. I know it's not the prettiest, but I feel like we can kind of jazz it up a little bit with the frosting and make it look a little fancier. Okay, we're just gonna keep going with it. Everything's gonna be fine. I feel like the cake's kind of melting though because it's like warm. Store-bought frosting is terrible to decorate with, but it's okay. I'm gonna just keep going with it. Oh my gosh, this looks so bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I'm doing is I put confectioner's sugar on my finger, and I'm basically just hitting all of these little spikes, and it helps to push all them down, and then the confectioner's sugar helps to make sure it doesn't stick to your hands. So this is the cake. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so bad. So this is the cake. Now we have to add some designs to it. I feel like the tips that I got were way too big because I didn't realize how tiny the cake was actually gonna be. So I feel like the tips that I got are gonna be really hard to decorate the cake with. Okay, you know what? I feel like the flower actually looks kind of cute. I think if I were just to put a bunch of these flowers like all over the cake, I think we could save it. So I have a bunch of these white pearls. I'm gonna try to somehow salvage it with adding the pearls. You guys, this is the cake. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put the cake topper on it in hopes that maybe it makes it a little better. So, da 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 da. I'm gonna give this cake a 4.5 out of 10. Here's what I think. I think that the cake would probably look a lot better if I actually made it the correct height, so it would be like huge. I also think that it would be a lot better if I didn't use the box recipe because the cake was very crumbly, the frosting was super messy, and it's not great. It's probably not even good, but I don't think it's horrible. I think it's kind of cute. It's kind of eclectic. If you guys tried this out, then definitely tag me in your pictures because I would love to see your recreations. I think the wedding cake topper though is what made this thing all just so amazing. But if you guys enjoyed this video and if you guys want more vintage wedding types of videos, let me know and give me some ideas of what you guys would like to see. But I hope you guys are all having a lovely day and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Bye!